Whether you know it or not, you're using AI almost every day. If you have a smartphone or a computer, or unless you're just like totally, well, actually, if you're watching us, and you've ever done a Google search, you're using it.
The real question, Art, is, and you use AI all the time,
I do.
and I'm more in that category of most seniors, is that it shows up in what I'm using. I don't know it. I don't necessarily know what I'm using. Here's the question, because we use AI mostly for searching. Am I correct?
You do. And for most people, if you're not using, if you're not going to a AI model and typing in prompts and so on and so forth, yes, the results of it are from searching
So the real question
in
is,
your
because
browser.
AI is artificial intelligence, the real question is, can we trust it? Can we trust its accuracy? I mean, in theory, AI is just a tool. All right. Now, when it comes to the medical field, the military, whatever, it's a wonderful tool. It's a force multiplier. It makes everything go faster and better. But when it comes to seniors and it comes to our consumer use, which is mostly searching, asking questions, things like that, can we trust it?
Well, let me answer it in a simplistic way for the purposes of a general discussion. Trust, but verify. And let me go back a year or two before, automatically, when you did a search, you start getting, whether you're doing it under Google or Edge or any one of the other
Sure.
popular browsers, is we used to all go out, there was a joke, I'm going to Dr. Google. And you type in what my symptoms are or what a disease name was. So when you went to the doctor, you could ask more intelligent questions. Truth of the matter is that you only got like a third or a half or a quarter and we of an answer, and you sort of knew that, so you would then maybe search it again and a little further. So basically, what we did was, yeah, trust that you're going to get some good information more than you had when you started, but you want to verify it. And these models are getting better and better, and they're giving even more complete answers than ever before. They're learning. Their artificial intelligence and the models that they're using are learning. But still, you need to be able to verify the information. And the nice thing about it, and I happen to use Gemini, which is a Google version of it most of the time, as opposed to ChatGPT, which is based on a different model, but more used by Microsoft programs. And they've incorporated into something called Copilot as well. The important thing is that it gives you links. So, for instance, if I was interested in hydroponic farming for a while, and I still am, and I'm searching deeper and deeper. And I asked, well, what is compared to planting tomatoes in the field? How much more or less water does it use? Acreage does it use, and so on and so forth. And anybody who knows anything about hydroponic uh, farming knows that that's a silly question. But what I did was to learn more about it is each time it gave me an answer, it would give me a link to where it got the information from.
But
And
they don't all do that, do they?
most of them now do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and every time ChatGPT gets a little bit more sophisticated, Gemini gets more sophisticated, Grok, Claude, and there are so many different names in this.
Sure. There are
Mm.
5 or 6, as you call them, basic, um, AI sites, but it also shows up when we're not expecting it. It's there
Just
hidden
as a
in the
result, just
process.
as a result of searching. That's why it's ubiquitous. If you do any searching at all,
Yeah.
if you're on the internet at all, if you're going to Amazon, you're going to any place, and you ask questions, you're going to get not only just links, but you're also, in most cases, going to get a bit of a narrative that thinks it's addressing the questions you're asking. So
Yeah.
the important thing is, you said to me, John, can we trust AI? And while it's getting more complete and it's giving better, more well-rounded answers, the bottom line is it's trust but verify,
Yep.
because they do make mistakes. And in fact, some of the engines now say, we make mistakes. So look a little bit further. Don't, the kind of thing that says, check with
Sure.
your financial advisor. If, let's say you ask the question,
Yeah.
is what stocks are going up over the next 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. But check with your, don't believe John Kramer. He's got an
Well,
ox to grind. Check with your own financial advisor. So they're all giving the caveats. Check with your doctor, your
yeah.
medical provider,
Sure.
so on and so forth. So they're even
And
telling you that now because they know that they're open to a wide variety of lawsuits if they don't do that. So trust but verify. Get a good, well-rounded piece of information. That's what I look for. And then delve a little bit more deeply by either asking the prompt a different way, asking the question a slightly different way, or follow the links. And you'll get a lot of information that will help you form a better answer in your own mind about what the artificial intelligence information is delivering back to you.
good advice, because these are all man-made, even though they're artificial intelligence and theoretically are working on their own. They are all man-made. They're different systems. They work a
Mm.
little bit differently, and they can have a bias. They can have an information bias. They could have a political bias. Who knows what their bias is? So your advice of trust but verify, this is great information. And also ask the question again. Ask the question a different way to get a more detailed, a better answer. So, and I love the sites you use that have links that give you the sources of their information, so you can follow up, and that's the verification. So
And
good advice.
by the way, John, just for anybody who's interested in delving a little further, this may be enough information for you. Trust but verify. But if you go to YouTube, and there are literally thousands, thousands of different YouTube videos on what is AI in general, and then what are the 4 or 5 basic different types of AI, and they're constantly changing. And what I do sometimes is I'll go to ChatGPT and Gemini with the same question, asked the same way, and just to get a sense of why they're different. And sometimes it's based on the model of information that they're going after, the database, and things like that. So that becomes interesting as well. But even if you only use one, which would be Gemini or ChatGPT, the two most popular ones for the novices, if you will, that uh, you'll have plenty of information in there. And just understand that it makes mistakes. And I think in most cases now it says we're subject to error, so double check your information. So they want to be sure about that. So trust
Yeah,
but verify and
yeah.
enjoy. It's good for you.
Well, it's a wonderful, wonderful tool. It's here. You're right. The future is here. We got to deal with it. And I think it's as a force multiplier. It was described to me. Um, it's a wonderful, wonderful advance, and we should take advantage of it.
For more on Celebrating Act Two, visit our webpage, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and tell your friends. Celebrating Act Two is the user manual for the second half of your life.